Watch Dogs Legion.
We're supposed to have the... Mother Parliament. Well, this is... One mother that has emphatically abandoned her kids in the... was to be brought up by wolves.
Auto drive now enabled.
Works out like it does in the stories. Wolves are bad parents. Unless you're a wolf, in which case they can do a job with you as a wolf. Do not give your children to wolves. And do we actually own anything as a country now? Is there anything we haven't flogged off for profit? I think we've basically just become a homeopathic diluted until there's barely a trace of the original Britain left. But some quackish lunatics insist it actually works better that way. It's total bullshit. Is there anything left? New on the bug this week, a new feature, the Bug Off feature. The person who was most irritated in Britain this week will tell to bug off and to get things going. I'm going to nominate Big Nigel. This is Britain. History tells us this place is vastly freedom. I'm just not sure that that kind of freedom should involve Big Nigel expressing his freedom to run a private army. I guess historically there is a precedent. The East India Company, that was a trading house with an army of 250,000 soldiers, which is a lot for a company. The Buck PLC has Alice with a British business, but crucially, compared with Albion, the East India Company didn't operate its cultural military army in London. It did it a long way away, out of sight, out of mind. To nominate for the Bug Off, Alice.
I think today's bug off for me goes to my streaming service. I'm sick of being recommended things based on things I already like. The other day it recommended me to watch a reality TV competitive dating show set in a nude commune. Annie, I watched it and I liked it, and I do not want to be the kind of person who enjoys nude competitive reality television dating shows. I did not want to know that about myself. I have to go sit in the corner and cry.
That's it from the Bug. Don't forget the live show that is so secret it is definitely not happening at the usual time and place this month. Definitely not. And definitely do not tell anyone not to come to it. It's definitely not happening. Usual time and place.
This is London Calling. You're listening to me, Tash, and Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want to know. This time we're turning our focus back on England to look at my former employer. As we know, the broadcaster has been through a lot of changes since the Hassani government gave in to pressure his corporate chapters to privatise the corporation. Today, the GBB is a shadow of this former self. It's become a tool used by the government to circulate fake news and misinformation. So how did we get here? Where did it all go wrong? How can we tell when our national media has become state propaganda? Our experts speak on conditions of anonymity for their local sector. Here's disinformation and media expert Chubbs, who's seen free broadcasters built up by journalists and torn down by Democrats all over the world.
So before the media fragmented, there was this voice of a thought that was trusted and worthy of trust. Then what we ended up with is a really commercial model where whether you're talking about an app on a smart device or whether you're talking about wouldn't call it disinformation. That's disinformation. That's fake news. And again,
I wonder how Jackson is doing.
the trouble is if you were telling the truth, it's very hard to get your message to cut through all of the noise of all of the disinformation that's there. So, like, you know, you remember Out on the Edges, there was this story about when they would take a house by force, they would take any evidence and they would crucify them. And that's a great, fantastic, viral story. How do you counter that story? With the truth. The only way you can counter it is by saying, no, they didn't. And of course, no one wants to spread that story. No one wants to hear that story. They want to hear the sensationalism. They want to hear how people were victims of violence when in fact they weren't. Or they were victims of insurgent forces when in fact they weren't.
The news isn't news, it's a background. Here's media researcher and academic Alfie.
The media has, of course, been perhaps the key way in which governments have controlled and influenced their populations. So, totalitarian countries have typically used huge mainstream media outlets to sell one kind of news, one kind of biased news to its population. Of course, the media has always played this kind of key role in methods of state control. I think what's happening now is perhaps even more concerning, where you previously, in pre-crisis Britain, we had perhaps more diverse voices in the media, but now with the GBB, you're really only seeing one brand of news and therefore only getting one truth. So people end up with a very biased and controlled idea of the reality and the world that we're actually living in. There was, of course, many concerns and many problems, but in a way there were some positive things that, like, not all information was coming from one place, and so you'd have kind of far-right media outlets developing and then left-wing media outlets developing to combat those and kind of challenge the mainstream newspapers, TV stations, radios, and make sure people were questioning the validity and truth of the information they were receiving. So whilst there was the digital afforded more fake information, it also makes us suspicious and skeptical of information and makes us question the information we're getting. And I think in pre-crisis Britain, it might not have seemed great at the time, but there was something positive about that there was a lot of distrust in the media and in the different kinds of truths that were being told. Whereas now, I think you're seeing a return to a more traditional and older pre-digital sense, actually, of people just trusting what they're told, and that's why we have to be here with radio stations like this to challenge those conceptions. Most citizens feel pretty hopeless, I think, and unable to fight back against this generation of mainstream corporations that simply entrench and support the ideals and ideologies of the state. It can seem very hopeless indeed, but I think, you know, the fact that you're out there listening, we're in here talking, shows that there is still a space to combat these false truths and disinformation that's being sold to us, and that it's never possible really to completely shut down, despite all the technologies that they have at their disposal and all the financial and corporate power and all the physical power. It's never quite possible to shut down people's desire to get to the truth and fight for their own ideologies and values, and you know, we're out here starting that task, so don't give up hope.
You've been listening to Buccaneer with Detection. We'll be back soon with more of what you'll never hear in the GBB. Keep listening, keep sharing.
This is the right location.
Auto drive now disabled.
Oh, yes.
Come on, look out! Facial recognition is required to keep the citizens of London safe.
Located the CTOS hub. Done.
So, what do we have, Bagley?
Oh, would you look at that? She hasn't been exploiting vulnerabilities at all. She's been patching them. Looks like our hacker is a grey hat.
Keep talking.
She's been particularly focused on exploits around the organ transfer list. Anyone who got their hands on these exploits would have a lot of control over that waiting list.
Sounds like something DedSec should look into. Bagley, set a meeting.
Auto drive now enabled.
Medicine shortages. Government, none at all. There have been various allegations about that. It turns out they are all fake news. Right? There are none. There are no shortages. Don't take it from me. I'm not medical. Say it's wrong. It's fine. In fact, I'm going to read between the lines here. I actually said that there's too much medicine, if anything. Just medicines. You can't move from medicine. In fact, just this morning, I tried to pour some cornflakes into a bowl for breakfast and out-tumbled a 12-month course of immunosuppressants, corticosteroids, anti-retrofungal, urodilatory, estrogen, spermatotropic fruit pastels.
The people claiming there are medical shortages are probably high on lots of medicine that they've been given.
Does this always bloody happen? Listen to me. Calm down. I'm on your side here. Just relax.
Piri piri. And I guess it just hit it off.
Easy does it now. I don't need your bloody help. You're all wind and piss. You hear?
Please fuck off. I need to train.
Funny seeing you again.
Begging me to pick him up some milk.
can't handle
Bird
it.
and Julie's. Go away. I've got fine ways for no one. If I let him marinate a while, if you know what I mean, they'll really reflect on his right.
Hey. Well, the point remains. Hey, I said hey.
All citizens are advised to avoid city streets during high-risk hours.
Stay fucking still.
You pissing! Arsehole! Serious! Seriously serious!
Auto drive now enabled.
I for one believe that there are no medical shortages, Andy. Just last week I went in with a broken arm and they suggested it might just be extreme period pain and prescribed me a drink of water and an astrology chart.
We can't be too far away from them just prescribing stuff up a bit.
My uncle had a leg removed due to diabetes. They halved his insulin because they said there was less of him to be diabetic.
don't believe what you read or hear about there not being enough medical drugs to go around. It's not true. It's hospital hogwash, it's false, it's flip-flap, it's medical mendacity, it's hypocratic humbug, it's nonsensical narcotic nincompoop. I think I made them up. Do not believe the news telling you that we run out of medicine, nor do you believe the empty shelves at the chemist. They're also lying. Do not believe your doctor saying, sorry, we're fresh out of that, you'll have to eat a carrot instead. Do not believe your own cobweb-ridden medicine cabinet at home. It might look empty, but it's not. For it contains the only medicine any of us truly need. Stirring music, please, producer Chris. Freedom. The medicine of British freedom. And the analgesic knowledge that however ill you may be, Bloom are keeping an eye on things for you.
I'm investing heavily in the placebo effect right now. You're listening to The Bar.
Obviously, I don't entirely mean that, because what is the first rule of the third millennium? If someone in power tells you something is fake news, what is it? Correct. A 110% cast iron, tungsten-coated, granite-scented, cosmically immutable, scientifically unarguable fact. But surely, Alison, the question for these medicine freaks watching on about feeling a bit poorly, or having a fatal but curable illness and slowly dying unnecessarily, is this: do we actually need medicine? If you today were diagnosed with a potentially fatal illness, would you not look around at the nation that we've become and think, hey doc, put your life-saving treatment down, I'm going to take this free one-way bus out of here. Now hold that pillow over my face until the twitching stops.
I just don't think we should think of it in such a negative way. Don't think of it as a medicine diet, Andy. Think of it as a series of healthy lifestyle swaps. Swap out anti-inflammatories for antacids. Swap out the iron lung for the aluminium lung. Swap out MRI machines for Mary machines, which is just a lady called Mary telling you you're fine.
Obviously, critical shortages are as much part of our daily lives, our society and our culture today as things like football, music and complaining about the weather used to be in the old days. And, well, food shortages, yeah, we just learn to live with them, don't we? And there's a lot of positives as well with all these food shortages. I mean, we were eating too much anyway as a nation.
Auto drive now disabled.
It's so hard to diet on your own, isn't it? You need the support of a friend, or a loved one, or a government, or collapsing social infrastructure. Positive too, meat.
Auto
Very bad
drive.
for the environment. So actually rebuilding the polar ice cap every time we use the traffic traffic.
They should have never messed with me.
Not gonna let my blood boil over this situation. There's no need for that.
Mess with the wrong one this time. I swear.
Let's
I'm
discuss
so
this.
pissed.
Oh. Is that? Oh, it's you! Bloody fantastic. All sorted then? Jolly good.
I'm okay, I'm okay. Whatever. See?
You look like someone ready to make a difference.
Are you dead sick? You got good timing. See, my life's work, everything I ever lived for, needs to be trashed immediately.
Hold on, what?
Let me explain. I used to work in a pharmaceutical lab. Then my old boss stole my research and sold it to Albion. I heard they're using it on some secret military test project. And I don't want any part of that. I need you to get rid of those files, please.
Right. We'll handle it.
Thanks. I think we can both benefit from helping each other.
Let's discuss this.
You should talk to my downstairs, Ned. Say I sent you and she'll give you a discount. Back when I had that problem with my old boss, I gave her 20 quid and she cursed
Yeah.
Well, well. So you're dead sick. In the flesh and all.
Saw what you did at the hospital. Not bad.
Wish I'd been good enough to stop Clan Kelly, though. They smuggled enough organs to build an army of Frankensteins before I sealed the exploit.
That's not good.
If I was more of a fighter and less of a lover, I'd go get them all myself. But armed robbery isn't exactly my strong suit.
Right. We'll handle it.
Cheers. Help me with this, and I'll make it worth your while, if you know what I mean.
Our grey hat has already worked out the smuggling ring's headquarters. I'm passing the details to your optic.
I'll have a look around.
We'll figure something out. I spent too much time online. Can you start with this too? You're gonna needle me about this.
You think it's worse than rabid pigeons, you know that? Don't make me beat you to death.
Cockmonger! Like this one bit.
Out now.
Well, as you
Auto
say,
drive now
I'm drawn to
disabled.
novelty, and everyone's had breakfast once.
Auto drive now enabled.
Get it again.
Auto drive now disabled.
You are listening to The Bar. Well, another story that
Watch it! I'm driving here!
have been banned for public health reasons, which is great news. I mean, at least we can get ill eating good, home-produced, locally sourced, British, industrially unsafe food. That's something we can look into. Public health reasons of curious.
Auto drive now enabled.
Let's have British food with British stuff. Spelt, nettles, rabbit. That's all we need. That's all we need in the glory days. Everyone around to Nigel.
Who needs Italian olives when you can eat pickled rubber bands and a soup of regret? Who needs a nice cheese when you can eat a lukewarm, unspecified rat meat pie with 0 spices?
Sand, nettles, bits of dead fox. That's all we needed to eat in the glory days. Let's make Britain great again. That's all from the bug today. Good night, sleep tight, and make sure the bed bugs do it.
Every year, more than 80,000 construction workers in England.
I'm here.
Good. The stolen organs should be in an ambulance on site.
Take the power back.
No way! No way! People like you are why everything's shit. We got trouble here. Shut that down.
What the fuck?
Messing with that vehicle!
That's the vehicle there.
Oh my god, no! Dang, put him in the hospital.
Time to pick up where your teammate left off. I'm sure they'll thank you once they stop eating through a tube.
Keep us updated on their progress. I'm here.
Good. The stolen organs should be in an ambulance on site.
You want me to bring the hammer down? city.
You want to slash one? Moron. Don't come round here and... Fuck, you want to fight? Is that it?
That's the vehicle you're looking for there.
I'm right in the open! I got this shit!
Finding cover!
Move it up!
I am in a shitload of trouble.
Shit, I gotta move! I'll have a look. I'm going for a look. Looks clear. Gonna check over there. We need to find that fucker.
You're going to regret messing with me.
Oh, boy.
All right, behind the wheel. Now what?
I suppose our friend would like it if you took the organs to a hospital, but you could also technically eat them. I don't have a strong opinion either way.
Auto drive now enabled.
Consider the technology. I mean, the optic changed everything. It lets you see things in AR. You no longer need a smartphone. You just have the small implant that sends signals to your optic nerve, and lets you see your emails, take calls, and browse the internet directly as if the screen was in front of your eyes. Instead of having to carry around a phone, you've just got the small handheld unit. So much lighter and so much more convenient. It's great.
Vicky, you sound like you absolutely love the Optic. Do you actually think that it's made our lives any better?
I mean, sure, it's definitely made things a lot easier. It's so simple to call someone now. All you have to do is choose who you want to chat to, and they're there, ready to talk. And browsing the web is so much easier. I remember when you used to have to sit down at a computer with an actual keyboard and mouse and type everything out. And my favourite feature is public transport. With the Optic, you can just walk straight onto the tube. It even acts as a passport. No longer do I have to dig around and try and find my old paper passport just to travel somewhere. Also, I thought that Optic's marketing strategy, making it free for people, was a stroke of genius.
Genius. Bloom was really calculated when it was doing that. It was pushing this draconian device on us at all. Sure, everybody flocked to it. There was free Wi-Fi and phone plans. That definitely helped, but it wasn't a case of this is a product that you need in your life.
Why do you hate it so much?
It's just the worst because you had to give up your privacy expectations and accept surveillance. It was almost like the government and Bloom didn't even need to make the Optic mandatory. Making it mandatory was only to get it right. State for not having the Optic would pretty much be enough.
I mean, what do you mean by privacy problems? No one really talks about that anymore.
They don't talk about it because we don't have any choice when it comes to the Optic. Yes, it's convenient and mandatory, but everybody's forgotten what it really means. Here, you've got a whole company owning basically all the data about your life. Bloom can see everything that you can see. Nothing is private anymore. There are so many times when I don't want anyone to have a clue about where I am, who I'm chatting with, what I'm doing. It's not even dodgy stuff, but I just don't want anybody to blackmail me with this in the future by hacking it. And because of Bloom's contracts with the government, it isn't just Bloom that can see everything I do, it's the government. The UK as a state has become a complete surveillance paradise.
I think you're painting a bit of a bleak picture. It's not all that bad.
No, you're completely wrong on this. I don't want everybody tracking me wherever I'm going around London.
Well, in that case, you might be interested in some rumours I heard. Did you hear that some DedSec hackers have found a way to bypass the Optic's connection with Bloom?
Are they actually making it better or usable or actually friendly for anybody?
Well, word on the street is that they've been able to create an encrypted signal, which means that your world might have a chance of becoming a bit more private again, so you could go back and enjoy all the great things about Optic without that fear of surveillance.
With the Optic, privacy's dead.
You're listening to The Bug.
May cause nausea, vomiting and headaches. You're listening to The Bug, the Resistance comedy show brought to you by the Buccaneer Network. I'm Andy, joining me, as always, Alice.
I'm excited to be here. Apparently, the Resistance is not going well.
Again? Well, there has been some news about DedSec, the Resistance and/or terrorist organisation, delete according to preference. Not preference, sorry, delete according to whether or not you work for the government, Sirs, Bloom, Kellys, or Albion. According to a Sirs official, DedSec is no longer a threat, which I guess is true in that it was never a threat in the first place. Reminds me of when my great aunt Gladys had her appendix out. Oh, Andy, that surgeon's a real threat, waggling that knife at me, trying to knock me out. They call a scalpel and an anaesthetic, Gladys. Anyway, if Sirs officials say DedSec is dead and buried, I guess we have to assume that DedSec's never been stronger. But I do worry, Alice. I mean, sometimes I think, is there any hope? Do you still have hope?
I don't think I'm allowed to have hope. We're living in the self-selected, algorithmically designated information equivalent of a propaganda state, and every resistance that I've ever seen is weaker than the British pound. I feel like hope is an expensive thing to buy these days.
And is it all totally pointless? Well, it really can feel pointless, but then again, I've spent almost all of my life doing pointless things, like watching sport, thinking about sport, thinking about watching sport, learning French and hoping for a better future. All completely pointless. But yeah, I've done them, so we might as well carry on. Is there a light at the end of the tunnel? Yes, I think there is. Unfortunately, what is that light? Is it an oncoming train?
Auto drive now disabled.
The train will be late or cancelled. Is the light at the end of the tunnel a burning effigy of the concept of hope? Quite possibly. Is it the soul of Skyloft imploding into its own vacuum? May well be that. Is it the ego of Nigel Cass that is now so big that it's sucked all the light in the universe into itself? I think it's most likely it is that, but We'll never give up, Bug fans. This resistance will never die. And one day, we will again be free. Free from these technological chains, free to choose our own futures, free to live our own lives, free to waste our time watching people bake cakes and dance badly again.
I'm going to nominate this week Guy Larson here at the Bug Whip.
We are all in favour of strong, powerful women. And in many ways, Sky is the ultimate feminist icon, proving that women can do just as abominably awful things to this planet as men. I mean, overall, Alice, I think...
Yoink!
Fair play to you. You are listening to The Bug.
Immigrants, migrants...
Auto drive now enabled.
Those are some of the words officials use in their public statements.
Yes, well done. I'll let the hospital staff know about this special delivery while you call our hacker friend.
All done.
Brilliant. That's one less way for rich fucks to buy their way to the front of the waiting list. They have to wait and deal with our fucked up system too.
Why don't you join us? The resistance is more fun than you'd think.
Fuck yeah. Sign me up.
Hey, you ready to take a sledgehammer to the system?
Does that mean you're a DedSec? If you are, I got a proposition for you. I want you to help me get revenge on the gangster who screwed me over.
Hey, I don't hurt people for money. I just consider it a job perk.
Oh, I abhor violence myself. I liberated vehicles from their original owners. We are after this very high-end supercar, and the things didn't go as planned. My boss left me for dead and took the vehicle. I made out, but it bothers me that he still has that car. I would like you to liberate it from him. Take care of this for me, and I'll make it worth your time.
Sounds like a good time.
Our friend sent us the location of the car. Passing it on to you now.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode here. Hope y'all enjoy it. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Hey, y'all. Marcus Mori here. I just wanted to... it's messed up again. Hey, y'all. Marcus Mori here. I just wanted to let y'all know if y'all want more anime games and stuff like this and stuff on my channel, why not think about subscribing? Come on, man. I'm almost to 500. Help me get to 500. My next goal is 600. I want to get monetized before 2026. If y'all wanna help me achieve that goal, why not subscribe? I would appreciate it, and y'all get more content out of it, and I can do a lot more things. How about think about subscribing, y'all? I got more stuff on the channel coming. Alright, y'all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.
Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah.
He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion, your mind is a weapon.